Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we have yet a very exciting one because behind me I have every trim level of the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, from the all-new base entry-level SE through the fully loaded Calligraphy and of course everything in between. And if you guys haven't been subscribed or seen my dedicated changes video, I highly recommend checking that video out where I go trim by trim, tell you the exact features, options, and packaging that are going to be changing for 2026 across both the gas and hybrid versions of the Santa Fe, as Hyundai did make some sizable changes, including introducing a more affordable hybrid trim level, which we will be covering in today's video, making things like the 8-speed automatic transmission now standard on the gas Santa Fe's to replace the former dual clutch, which I know myself and some of you guys out there personally were not a fan of and prevented you from buying that vehicle, and making things like captain shares standard on the limited trim level, which was formerly only available on the Calligraphy. So there was a host of changes here for 2026, so make sure you check that video out if you guys are curious. But in today's video, we're essentially just going to go through every single hybrid trim level, see what the entire Santa Fe hybrid lineup has to offer, which does also apply to most of the gas trim levels, although we will be touching on some of the differences between the hybrid and the gas here in today's video. But without further ado, let's not waste time, see what every single Santa Fe hybrid has to offer here for 2026. So take a look at the four Santa Fe's we will be using for today's comparison video. We have the Shimmering Silver SE, the Atlantis Blue SEL, the Phantom Black Limited, and the Ecotronic Gray Calligraphy. Now I've lined this up so we have three different interior colors across all four of these vehicles as well. We have the black interior on the SE, the gray interior on the SEL, black interior on the Limited, and the brand new Pecan Brown on that Calligraphy on the end, which as we know was formerly only available on the Limited but has been expanded in availability to that Calligraphy. So that one is brand new for 2026. So hopefully this gives you an idea of what some of these different interior colors look like across these vehicles, but do know there are going to be some minor trim and material differences across all four of these vehicles. So I do have separate dedicated videos here on the channel going through all these in a little bit more detail if you guys want a little bit more of content. And of course I do have some of the past model year videos which are still very much relevant, including that side-by-side interior color combination comparison. Now quickly before we get into the comparison part of this video, I do just want to mention that this is 4 of the different exterior colors out of technically 11 that were made for 2026. However, terracotta orange has been discontinued and is no longer in production. I know there's been some people that have commented on some of my last Santa Fe videos saying terracotta orange is available, it's on the website, you can build and price it. When it comes to production, Hyundai actually only produced the terracotta orange for about 1 month at the very start, likely using up the leftover materials and paint supplies from 2025 for 2026, and there's actually less than 100 of the vehicles out there currently for sale nationwide in that color. If you're looking for a terracotta orange 2026, say with the new limited 6-passenger captain shares, there's very few of those that were ever made, and I would highly recommend checking those out very much sooner than later, because once the supplies run out, that color is going to be no longer available. So starting out with the brand new SE Hybrid, this vehicle starts at $37,750, including destination for front wheel drive, and that does include a recent $105 price increase to destination charges across most of Hyundai's SUV lineup. So even though vehicles in stock do not include this new destination charge that's more expensive, I did just want to include that for future use of this video throughout the rest of the 2026 model year. Now anyways, when it comes to the SE, it's going to have the same overall appearance as the SEL and a lot of the same equipment as the gas Santa Fe SC. However, it does have a few specifics and enhancements for the hybrid over that of the standard gas model. So starting up front, you will have the same LED lighting setup as the SEL. So you have the LED projector headlights, both low and high beam, the H daytime running lights and turn signals, which are illuminated right there. You have the strip that runs across the center grille that will illuminate when the headlights are enabled or the running lights are manually turned on. Front and rear parking sensors are standard on every Santa Fe, and you have the more basic exterior body cladding with the trim, the silver accents in the middle, and then the active aero shutters just above the license plate. Standard silver grille with the silver Hyundai logo on the hood. And then coming around to the side profile, you do get the standard matte black plastic cladding, as well as the hybrid exclusive wheel design. And you can see the SE does not include the roof rails at the top that SEL sitting next to it does have. So it's an easy way to tell an SE gas or hybrid apart from its SEL or higher counterpart. Now coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is going to be the 18-inch alloy wheel, which is the hybrid exclusive wheel, a little bit more aerodynamic in design. Machine gloss black in a 235/60 18-inch Goodyear Assurance Finesse all-season tire. You do get the body color mirror caps, no turn signal integration. I do believe they are going to be heated with blind spot detection, which is a nice thing to have. Standard proximity entry. Coming around to the side profile, since this vehicle's on the end, you can see the very boxy design. It still has the tinted rear glass, which is a nice thing to keep heat and privacy. And then coming out to the back of the vehicle, this one is all-wheel drive, so it does have the H-Track hybrid badge, but this vehicle is available in front-wheel drive only. And in terms of the lighting package, we do have the LED tail lights and running lights in this H section, a secondary set for when the hatch or tailgate is open to meet laws and federal requirements. And then we have the incandescent reverse lights at the very bottom of the rear fascia. No visible exhaust tips on any hybrid, so that's also another way to tell a hybrid apart from a gas Santa Fe. The rear parking sensors, you have the backup camera back here, Santa Fe badging, all that good stuff with the integrated rear wiper above the spoiler there. But taking a look on the interior, as I mentioned, this one has the black cloth interior, but a gray is going to be available as well. And in terms of most of the interior materials, this is going to be very similar to that of the SEL, which we'll see. So you have the soft touch vinyl material at the top, a similar vinyl here for the armrest, not quite as padded as those higher trim levels. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with the automatic driver's side window up, down. Storage down below with the standard 6-speaker audio system. And then coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be a 6-way manual adjust driver's seat with height adjustment and 2-way power lumbar, which is a nice standard feature on every Santa Fe that you don't normally find on some of the cheaper SUVs. Just the normal cloth, not too much in terms of designs or things like that. And then taking a look at the dashboard, you can see this is going to be largely identical to the SEL as well. So here in the interior of the SE Hybrid, you're going to find a good level of standard features, options, and technology. Obviously less features than that of the higher trim levels, but you will have more standard features than that of the SE Gas, which we will touch on in just a few minutes. Now in front of the driver, you have the more basic fully digital cluster available in the Santa Fe lineup with your fixed speedometer on the left, tachometer on the right. You have your high voltage battery state of charge, fuel tank level, and a 4.2-inch color display in the middle that is controlled here on the left side of the steering wheel. Now you have all the usual trip information, outside ambient temperature, speed sign recognition, drive mode selection, but scrolling down you have the current status monitor of the hybrid system, which shows the battery or the vehicle's idle. It will show if it's charging, you're powering the vehicle on electricity, etc. Cycling through, you have your driver assistance, and then finally you have your tire pressure, H-Track all-wheel drive if equipped, as well as the engine temperature. So this is your coolant temperature of the engine, which is important during winter time or just driving a hybrid vehicle in general. Coming back to the steering wheel, the Santa Fe does get a standard leather wrap steering wheel, which is always a nice touch point to have. Smart cruise control, lane follow assist, the more basic driver assistance on the Santa Fe lineup, and then the audio multimedia on the right side. You have the column-mounted shift-by-wire gear selection and paddle shifters for the different regen levels for the electric or hybrid system on the Santa Fe, as it does have at least 3 or 4 different levels of regen, which is a nice feature to have. Automatic headlights, auto high beam assist, regular intermittent wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your electronic parking brake, gauge dimming, power tailgate, traction control off, manual tilt telescopic steering column, a more basic gray trim across the middle of the dash. And there you can see some accent stitching up there. And then coming over to the infotainment system, this is going to be the 12.3-inch CCNC Lite infotainment without built-in navigation, but it does include wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, dedicated hybrid mode, so you can see what the vehicle is doing in terms of efficiency, charging via your status monitor right there, electric motor use. Pretty cool to see some of that data, but you just have more of the basic system settings and configurations that you can do across the Santa Fe lineup, but it still does support BlueLink Plus as standard, which is free for the lifetime of the first owner and has enhanced benefits for used and CPO vehicles. Now coming to the climate controls and some of the buttons here on the center console, this does have standard dual zone automatic climate control with the more advanced Micron air filtering technology that is not found on the gas Santa Fe SE. So this is a nice feature. It includes the driver only selection, so a little bit more efficient use of the HVAC climate controls. You have automatic vehicle, drive mode selection, all-wheel drive lock if equipped, hill descent control, backup camera, and your front and rear parking sensors on and off right there, which show up on the right side of the screen with your backup camera on the left side. No wireless charging here in the center console, so these are just kind of dummy pads, and Hyundai indicates that via those stickers. 2 cup holders. We have the dual open center armrest, which is standard across every Santa Fe. Pretty cool feature right there. And then up top, you still get the lighter gray plastic pillars and headliner with the black or dark interior on this vehicle. LED overhead lighting, manual dimming interior rearview mirror, Blue Link SOS, overhead LED illumination, and of course, no power sunroof in this vehicle. But that's here at the front seat. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the second and third rows. Amenities will change on the higher trim levels. So take a look at the back seat. Materials do follow through from the front. So all this is the same soft touch vinyl or rubber type material, as is the armrest. You have cup holders, bottle storage down below. And then this vehicle comes standard with the bench second row seating. Captain chairs are not available on the lower trim levels, but you do get the power release function and the manual recline levers on the left and right hand side. So if you want access to the third row, simply press that. It will go ahead and allow you to slide the seat forward to gain access into the third row. But putting the seat back, stepping inside, you will actually still find a fair amount of amenities back here. You have USB-C charging ports on both of the front seats. You have the pull-out drawer for additional storage, mat pockets on both the two front seats, and second row AC vents located on the pillars as standard. Overhead LED lighting, grab handles, and we do have a center armrest with 2 additional cup holders. And the seats do fold down 60-40 split. So nice for not only cargo, but different configurations of passengers. And as you can see, plenty of room behind my rough driving position. Now the cloth material in the Santa Fe SE is actually pretty soft, better than that of the Tucson cloth. But taking a look at the third row, unfortunately I won't be able to have this folded up, but I'm sure I'll get in a different Santa Fe. You will be missing the AC vents back here, no third row USB-C charge ports on the SE, but you still get the cup holders, overhead illumination, and basically that is going to be it in terms of rear seat amenities. Just the regular seats in the back that do recline if you want to do that, fold down 50-50. And taking quickly a look at the trunk, it does have the power smart tailgate, which is a nice function. You can fold down the second row seats, but you cannot retract them back up because they're not fully powered. And then a 12-volt outlet here on the left side, no subwoofer for the audio system. And then down below, every hybrid does have the tire mobility kit. 12-volt battery is located back here, so you cannot store the retractable cargo cover in the back underneath the floor of any hybrid Santa Fe that you can on the gas side of things. And yeah, that's basically a look here at the SE. Just to quickly wrap up on the passenger front seat, it does have a 6-way manual adjust passenger seat, so it does have height adjustment. You have the dual level glove boxes. It is not illuminated, but does fit the owner's literature in there. And yeah, that's gonna be a look at the SE. Now coming over here to the SEL Hybrid, this one starts at $40,040, including destination for front wheel drive, again with that more expensive destination charge. And this one up about $765 versus that of the previous model year or 2025 SEL Hybrid. This one's finished in the Atlantis blue with the light gray H-Tex interior. So let's take a look at the front end. You can see largely identical to that of the SE. Taking a look at the wheel designs, this again is identical to that of the SE. One of the differences down the side is you do get LED turn signal integration on the mirrors, so that is a nice little feature there. Still has blind spot detection. Mirrors are still going to be heated. Now coming to the door handles, however, this is the first trim level that sports the Hyundai Digital Key 2.0 Premium, so you can use your smartphone as the key for both iOS and Android compatible devices. So it is an upgrade over the more basic standard proximity key with the physical button on the outside. These are the actual touch sensitive door handles. And then coming out to the back, this is going to be identical to that of the SE. LED taillights, turn signals and brake lights, incandescent reverse lights at the very bottom. This one has the gray interior, so this is going to be the lighter option across all of these vehicles outside of the cloth, which is a little bit different. But take a look at the door panel. You do have the dark gray accent upper, a slightly nicer padded armrest, I do have to mention. So I did forget that the H-Tex and the leather materials get a slightly more padded armrest. And you do get power windows, mirrors, and locks, with both of the 2 front windows being fully automatic up down. So you get the passenger side fully automatic window. Same amount of storage down below with the same 6-speaker audio system. And coming to the driver's seat, fully power with 2-way power lumbar, so you're gaining that over the SE. And these H-Tech seats are actually a nice upgrade in terms of not only appearance, but also comfort and material. And take a look at the dashboard, you can see a nice 2-tone effect going on with this light gray option. So here in the interior of the SEL Hybrid, this is going to be largely the same in terms of the core features, options, and technology, obviously with just a few upgrades here and there in terms of feature set. So in front of the driver, you're going to find the same, more basic digital cluster display as the SE and the CCNC Lite infotainment system without built-in navigation. You do have the column-mounted forward attention camera for the driver assist technology, leather-wrapped steering wheel finished in the light gray, the way that this one is equipped with the lighter interior, and the same basic driver assist with smart cruise control, forward collision avoidance assist 1.5. You have the lane follow assist, and then the audio multimedia on the right side, paddle shifters for the different regen modes on the back. All of these materials look pretty much the same. You have a little bit of a light gray, dark gray combination, the way that this one is optioned with this interior color. And then coming over to the infotainment system, there is no difference in the functionality out of this head unit, as it does not support built-in navigation, and is going to be identical to the SE. Now below that, we still have the dual zone automatic climate control, all the physical buttons with the small touchscreen in the middle, but the SEL does add the heated front seats, which is a very nice option to have if you live in a colder climate. So outside of that, all these are going to be pretty much the same with the addition of heated front seats. USB-C charge and data ports, and we do get a wireless charging pad and Hyundai digital keypad here on the left side for that digital key functionality, and obviously to charge your smartphone if you just want to place it there in the center console, but it does not have the dual wireless chargers, which we'll see in just a second. Up top, you still get the lighter gray pillars and headliner, LED vanity illumination, all that good stuff, manual dimming interior rearview mirror, Blue Link SOS, overhead LED lighting, that is all the same. And then we have no sunroof on this vehicle either. So taking a look at the second and third rows of the SEL, you do find a few nicer options and features back here. So in terms of the door panels, all this is going to fall through from the front, including the nicer soft touch armrests over the entry-level model. And you still do have the bench second row seats. So this is a 7-passenger configuration. Captain chairs are not available on this one. You still get the USB-C charge ports on the front seats. You have the retractable pull-out cargo tray right there, map pockets, AC vents on the pillars, overhead LED illumination, including the grab handles, and same center armrest with 2 cup holders, just in the obviously H-Tex synthetic leather material. And I really do like this material. It's actually, I think, a little bit softer than that of the standard leather in Limited, which we'll be touching on in just a few seconds. But you can see throughout the interior with the gray, you get a lot of the darker gray plastics instead of straight up black, which lighten up the interior a little bit. And I think this is a good option if you don't care or don't want the dark interior in the Santa Fe's lineup. Now pressing this button will allow you to retract the seat back. And as you can see, this vehicle does have the cargo retractable shade installed, so I'm not going to be able to lift up the seats. But you do get the rear AC climate controls, rear AC vents, and USB-C charging ports on this vehicle. So that is a nice upgrade if you plan to use the third row of this vehicle and need a little bit of additional airflow. The Limited hybrid front wheel drive is going to start at $47,050, including destination, which represents an $875 increase over that of 2025. And the Limited is where you really start to get in some of the more luxurious features, options, exterior, interior appearance, and also unlock the Pecan Brown interior over that of the standard black and gray, which we kind of did just showcase. So in terms of the Limited, it gets the exclusive exterior appearance, which I've showcased on many of my other videos on the channel. So you have the LED headlights, both low and high beam projectors, daytime running lights and turn signals in this portion, same LED strip across the middle of the grille, but immediately you can see you get a nice dark chrome grille in the middle versus this of the standard silver, which you can see on the SEL over here. You get some satin chrome at the very bottom of the front fascia that wraps around the door panels, the wheels, and out to the back of the Santa Fe. Front, rear, and side parking sensors, 360 surround view camera system in the middle of the active aero shutters. Now coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is going to be the machined and dark gunmetal gray wheel, wrapped in a 255, 45, 20-inch Pirelli Scorpion MS all-season tire. You get gloss black Santa Fe here on the fenders, power retractable mirrors, which you see just operated right there because the proximity key is nearby. Cameras on the bottom, you have the turn signal integration, heated, all the same blind spot detection. Digital Key 2.0 Premium is still found on this vehicle also. And in terms of side profile appearance, it's basically going to be that silver trim at the very bottom and the alloy wheels. Still get the raised type roof rails. And coming out back, this one is actually opted with the trailering package. So you get the factory installed trailering hitch. You can see the parking sensors back here, that silver trim versus that of the standard plastic over here on the SEL. Really brightens it up, makes it look a little bit more premium. And you actually get gloss black in this middle section between the taillights. That is not something you'll find over here on the SEL or the SE. So that's just the standard textured plastic, where this is the smooth gloss black. So here in the interior of the Limited, this is where you really start to see some of the features and options become standard on the Santa Fe lineup, including that change that Hyundai did make for the power second row captain chairs, which we'll touch on in just a few minutes. Now this one does have the black interior, which is genuine leather, but there is going to be a gray as well as pecan brown available. Here on the door panel, this is going to be soft touch upper with accent stitching. You have the same padded armrest with accent stitching, as well as power windows, mirrors and locks, power folding mirrors with the 2 front windows being fully automatic up down, and 2-position memory driver's seat. Additional door storage down below, Bose premium audio system, and I believe this vehicle does have ambient interior lighting that is selectable via the infotainment system. Coming to the driver's seat, it's going to have the same power adjustments as the SEL with 4-way power lumbar, so you get a little bit more adjustability for the lumbar, and once again, genuine leather seating surfaces, a little bit of additional pattern on the backside. And then taking a look at the dashboard, it's going to be largely the same design with a few more features. So immediately stepping inside the Limited, this is going to be a much more premium feeling experience given the more advanced technologies and feature set that Hyundai is packaged within. Now in front of the driver, you're going to find the 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster. It's still controlled here on the left side of the steering wheel, but has full color display to it, has the blind spot view camera system with the turn signal, has the driver assistance in the middle that can cycle between the tire pressure, your H-Track all-wheel drive if equipped. You have the idle mode, navigation directions can be put in here as well. Just overall, it looks a little bit more premium. To the left of that, you have the fingerprint recognition, which is part of the BlueLink services and packages, which can load your driver profiles. I believe can even operate and start the vehicle with your fingerprint, and just provides a little bit more user customization and usability. Still have the forward attention cameras. Coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be a fully leather-wrapped steering wheel that is heated in the Limited. You have the same driver assist technologies with the smart cruise control, lane fall assist, forward collision avoidance 1.5. Audio multimedia on the right side. There is the column-mounted gear shifters, paddle shifters for the regen. All of that is largely the same. Now you do get automatic headlights, auto high beam assist, and rain sense wipers on this one, so that is a nice upgrade to have. To the left of the steering column, this is going to be all the same with your electronic parking brake, gauge dimming, power tailgate, traction control off, manual tilt telescopic steering column, and there you can see the color selectable ambient interior lighting across the middle of the dash. This material is a much nicer faux wood for the black interior, which will change with the different color interiors that you do choose. Dashboard feels a little bit more premium to me. And then coming over to the infotainment system, this is going to be the CCNC navigation system, which does support built-in navigation, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs. All of that's the same. Still has the BlueLink Plus connected app services. And now for 2026, the Limited gets the second row power captain chairs, which can be controlled via the touchscreen right here, which is actually not the case for the previous model years. So this allows you to turn on the heated second row seats, fold the seats down, or control all the power adjustments of the actual chair itself, which is pretty darn cool. You have integrated weather, valet mode, Hyundai Pay on this one, so you do have some parking, gas services, which you can actually pay for on the touchscreen itself, and owner's literature and things like that. Coming down here to the dual zone automatic climate control, you will get heated and ventilated front seats in the Limited, in addition to that heated steering wheel all on this touchscreen. Same overall functionality for the buttons and knobs. Drive mode selection does change the actual tachometer with the mode, so you can see cycling to sport mode. It gives you a little bit different display there instead of eco, which gives you the charge, eco, and power monitor. That's part of the more advanced digital cluster. All-wheel drive lock, all of that is identical if equipped. And then coming down here to the wireless charger, this is a dual wireless charger new for 2026 on the Limited. So both sides are wireless chargers, but your digital keypad is found on the left side for your iOS or Android device. Cup holders, same soft touch padded armrests, does open either direction as well. And then you have the same amount of storage with the 12-volt outlet down below. Up top on the Limited, you will get the Malaysia exclusive headliner for the pillars as well as the headliner itself, so it's a much more soft touch material. It is going to have a medium gray in color. Auto dimming interior rearview mirror with garage home link on the bottom. BlueLink SOS power sunroof and the power shade controls for the front and rear occupants. So there you can see the power retractable sunroof and the rear retractable shade if you want to use it via the controls here overside the driver. Now that's going to be a quick look here at the front. Let's go ahead and continue out back. Here in the second row of the Limited, like I said, this is a big update for 2026. So in terms of materials, all of those do fall through here on the driver. You do have the manual retractable sunshades, which is a nice feature, heated second row captain's chairs, and all the soft touch materials one would expect. Now coming to the captain chairs, these are identical in terms of power adjustments and features as the Calligraphy in previous model years. So you have the power tilt cushion, and then the power retractable backrest, which allows you to fold it down or find an optimal recline position. And then the power release locking mechanism will allow you to slide the seat forward and back and then immediately lock into place using that button right there. So it's a really nice partial power, partial manual seat. Immediately, the seating materials and the captain chairs themselves provide a totally different experience here in the second row. Same USB-C charging, pull-out drawer down below for additional storage, map pockets, AC vents, overhead LED illumination. This headliner is much nicer, as I've already mentioned. There's the nice large fixed second row roof, and then the captain chairs themselves do feature the ratcheting armrest, which allow you to kind of dial in your comfort via the tilt recline of the seat, so it works a little bit independently. And yeah, generally speaking, I think these are a great decision for Hyundai. Have made this on the Limited as well, given the rest of the features and technology here on the interior, but you still can get the bench as a no charge option if you want to use it. Now, pushing the button right there to gain access to the third row, you can see it does retract and you have to manually push it forward just like that. And this one does also have the retractable cargo shaded side, so unfortunately I can't put the seats up, but you get all of the same adjustments, including the AC vents, USB-C charging, with the addition of the 115 volt, 150 watt wall outlet on the passenger side. So that will allow a little bit of off-boardable power via a standard wall plug. Same hard touch plastics for the armrests and things like that. But here in the back portion, you will find the Bose audio, subwoofer for the premium audio. 12 volt outlet is the same, and you can fold down the second row seats via these buttons independently and put them back up, which is a nice handy feature. So if you want to put them up because they're down or vice versa, you can do all of that here just from the cargo area. And the underseat storage, or the underfloor storage, excuse me, is going to be identical for this vehicle. So as you can see, I guess one other feature that I forgot to mention is you will get a power passenger seat on the Limited, which is a nice handy feature to have. So this does have height adjustment, does not have power lumbar, unfortunately, but you can go ahead and raise and change the tilt of the cushion there. And you do still get the dual glove boxes, but it does not have the UVC sterilization compartment anymore. It is illuminated glove box, which is a little bit more premium. And yeah, overall, that is going to be a look here at the Limited Hybrid. Now, finally wrapping up with the Calligraphy Hybrid, which is going to be the fully loaded model for both the Hybrid and the gas Santa Fe. This starts at $50,050, including destination, due to that recent $105 destination charge increase, which is a $725 increase over that of the 2025 Calligraphy Hybrid. And this vehicle did lose a couple features from that of the previous model years of the Calligraphy Hybrid. The Calligraphy does get exclusive exterior and interior appearance and features that you won't find on any other trim. So you get the same overall LED lighting setup with the projector headlights, daytime running lights and turn signals, and all of that upper portion. But immediately you can see you have exclusive dark chrome grille designs for this upper section and the lower section, and gloss black trim around the entire exterior of the vehicle versus partial matte black plastics in this section and the lower bumper right there. This is all going to be glossy black or dark chrome on the outside to give it that much more premium appearance that one would expect. And you get the black Hyundai logos on the outside automatically also. That will also be found on the XRT if you get a gas Santa Fe. Now, coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is going to be the 20-inch Calligraphy Hybrid exclusive design wheel. So it's a satin black wheel, a little bit more aerodynamic than the 21-inch on the gas Calligraphy. So a little bit different from hybrid to gas, wrapped in the same 255, 45, 20-inch. And you see all of the gloss black cladding you get at the bottom and around the entire side profile. Interestingly enough, this is satin black on the Calligraphy, where it's gloss black on some of the lower Santa Fe's. Still get body color mirror caps with the 360 camera system. You have the LED turn signal integration, and you can see you get the gloss black on the A, B, C pillars, but you also get gloss black on the actual mirror stems themselves versus that of the standard black plastic over here on every other Santa Fe. You do get the integrated C-pillar assist handle on Calligraphy as well, so that's a feature you will not find on any other hybrid Santa Fe over here on the vehicles I did just showcase. And then coming out back to the Calligraphy, you do get a couple exclusive features back here, including the design, the overall aesthetic, black badging as I was mentioning, And the one key feature you're getting back here is the camera for the digital rear camera mirror located just beside the third brake light. But outside of that, it's just mainly the appearance and material differences. Now, the one aspect of this calligraphy that I'm excited to show you guys about, that is the new Pecan Brown Napa leather on the interior. Now, Ecotronic Gray and Pecan Brown, I actually like it, but it's definitely not gonna be for everybody. But here on the interior of the calligraphy, you will find some more exclusive material usage. So up top, this is gonna be a similar leather type, which feels a little bit more premium than that of the SEL and the SE for sure. And then you get the Pecan Brown on the armrest section. Power windows, mirrors, and locks, still have power folding mirrors. All 4 windows are fully automatic up down, which is an calligraphy exclusive item. 2-position memory driver's seat up top. And you do have additional storage down below and the same Bose premium audio system as the Limited. Now, coming to the driver's seat, immediately you can see you get the relaxation driver's seat, 4-way power lumbar, and the leg rest extension, which will extend out if you're parked or just want to use that for getting additionally comfortable. Now, there you can see the Napa leather is definitely going to be the more soft material within the lineup. Similar patterns on the backrest as the Limited. And take a look at the dashboard with this interior. It's definitely a great use of colors, and I really do like the overall design. So here in the interior of the calligraphy, especially with this interior, it just feels even more premium than that of the Limited. Although I will say the Pecan Brown and the Limited will feel similar amounts, although the Napa leather is definitely an upgrade in overall quality and softness. In front of the driver, you have the exact same 12.3-inch fully digital cluster. You have the fingerprint recognition on the left side. Still have all the blind spot camera systems that one would expect. You don't lose any features with this vehicle. There's the forward attention camera. But coming back to the steering wheel, this is the 2-tone steering wheel that you get with the Pecan Brown, or even the light gray with the lighter brown in the middle. You have the dark black on the outside. It feels a little bit more soft to the touch. Is still going to be heated, and you have the more advanced driver assistance safety technology with highway drive assist 2, forward collision avoidance 2 in the left side of the steering wheel, and then the same audio multimedia is on the right side. So this vehicle does support a few more of the more advanced driver assist technologies from Hyundai, including the lane change assist via the turn signal and things like that. Still the column mounted gear shift, paddle shifters for the different modes of the regen, automatic headlights, auto high beam assist, rain sense wipers, all that is identical. Left side of the steering wheel, all these buttons are the same. You have the color selectable ambient interior lighting with that H logo. Nice brown faux wood trim across the dash to match the door panels. And then the soft touch dashboard with the accent stitching feels the same as the Limited. And coming over here to the infotainment, this is still the CCNC navigation, and you still can control the second row power captain chairs because that is the only way you can get a calligraphy. You cannot get the bench second row in this particular vehicle. And all of these functions and features are going to be the same as the Limited. Below that, we still have heated and ventilated first row seats, heated steering wheel. All of this is pretty much the same as well. Dual wireless charging pad with your digital keypad on the left side. UVC sterilization compartment, once again, has been removed for 2026 on both Limited and calligraphy. And then there you can see the cup holders, the nice brown armrests. Still has the 2-position open and close right there. Additional storage down below. And then up top, you do get the suede pillars and headrests, which is a calligraphy exclusive item, which is very nice to see, very premium to the touch, and similar to that of the Palisade calligraphy. And then you have the auto dimming interior view mirror with garage home link, or the fully digital camera mirror if you choose to use it. Blue Link SOS, power sunroof, shade controls, all that remains identical. And almost forgot, one of the items for the calligraphy is you get a color heads-up display, which is not available on any other Santa Fe. So if you're looking for heads-up display, you will have to go all the way up to the calligraphy. But yeah, outside of that, really do like this interior color combination, and I think it certainly does pop on this exterior. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second and third row seats. Taking a look back here, materials do follow through. Still have the heated captain chairs, manual retractable sunshades. There's the power adjustments for these chairs. They're basically identical with the integration of the Napa seating surfaces. All these features and equipment, there's nothing really different back here from the vehicles I did just showcase. You have AC vents on the pillars, overhead LED illumination, nice fixed type panoramic sunroof. And you can see this one has a bunch of additional accessories as well. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get into the third row of any of these Santa Fe's. But you guys will have to check out some of my other videos on the channel if you guys want to know more about that. But I'm sure you guys know at this point that there's not a lot of room back there. It's basically 2-position, that's it. You have all the same AC power outlets on the passenger side. Get the brown accented actual armrest portion. And then coming quickly to the passenger seat, I do just want to mention that for 2026, Hyundai removed the relaxation seat for the hybrid. So you just get a normal power passenger seat, just like that of the Limited over here. And there you can see some of the other brown accents throughout the inside. You have the brown accented second glove box. And all of that is basically gonna be very similar between all these vehicles. So that is basically gonna do it here for the side-by-side trim comparison between the SE, SEL, Limited, and Hybrid in the Santa Fe's lineup. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Which of the interior colors do you like best? And under the hood of every Santa Fe Hybrid, you're gonna find the same 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid paired to a single electric motor and a 6-speed automatic transmission. This puts out 231 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque through a choice of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And it is worth noting that the Santa Fe Hybrid gets roughly 14 mpg better in combined driving, at least according to the window sticker, than that of the standard 2.5 liter turbo. However, is limited to 2,000 pounds of towing, where the regular 2.5 liter turbo can tow 3,500 pounds and a XRT can tow up to 4,500 pounds. So that's gonna do it here for this full side-by-side trim comparison of the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts and opinions as to which one of these Santa Fe's you might think is the best bang for the buck. Now, when looking at the actual pricing information across these vehicles, from the SE to the SEL, there's only about a $2,500 increase in price to gain the features and options there, and there's only about a $3,000 increase going from the Limited to the Calligraphy. However, going from the SEL to the Limited, there's a $7,000 increase in terms of price point. But then again, that is the biggest change in terms of the features and options within the Santa Fe lineup, is going from the SEL to the Limited. Of course, if you get the gas Santa Fe, the XRT sits in between those two in terms of not only the features and options, but also the pricing and whatnot. But in terms of my overall opinion, I think the SE is a great option if you don't need any of really more comfort-oriented features within the lineup. The SE still comes very well equipped. Parking sensors, you have proximity entry, dual zone automatic climate control. Those things are really handy to have, and those are must-haves, I would say. Now, living in the Midwest in a colder climate, I think heated seats are a must-have as well, which would push me up to the SEL. And then finally, looking between the Limited and Calligraphy, I think the changes to 2026 packaging for Santa Fe make the Limited stand out more so than it did previously, where a lot of people out there wanted captain shares. They had to go all the way up to the $50,000 Santa Fe. Well, now they can just stick with a Limited for $3,000 less, get a lot of the same features and benefits. Yes, you're not getting the more advanced driver assist. You're not getting the suede materials, the exterior appearance, digital camera mirror, things like that. But if you can live without the heads-up display, the digital camera mirror, and the appearance, I think the Limited is definitely the way to go, and I like the exterior appearance. The Pecan Brown's always been available, and things like that. But nonetheless, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. But once you hit $50,000 like the one I'm sitting in, or 51 with its accessories and whatnot, you're really at a Palisade Limited gas price point. But I think you do have to be careful with the Santa Fe in terms of the overlapping pricing of the Palisade and upcoming Palisade Hybrid, because that vehicle will be competitively priced as well, and you can get an SEL Premium Hybrid, or even spend a little bit more and get a Limited Hybrid for similar amounts of money to a Calligraphy Hybrid here in the Santa Fe, and get a larger vehicle that has more capability and whatnot. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Love this new Pecan Brown on the Calligraphy, and all the different color combinations one can get within the lineup. But ultimately, it's up to you. So leave your feedback down there. I appreciate continued support here on the channel. As always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.